with my band, with my fucking band. But I got some bands. But that's just cash on hand. Only half right now. Half a band. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh, got a problem. Have to call the plumber. You got empty pipe. Alright, good thing I just pulled it from the tap. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh, have mercy, y'all. Y'all, I'll be right back. Gotta go to the sink. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. See my man. Going to the sink. You get everything I wanted in this lifetime. I got to put my belief on the front line. Every song that I sing, or cover, or remix, it's me. No filters, no photo or video, because I smoke a cigarette, but I'm not just running my real knowledge, so ready to go for the next generation to what they don't have to do to sustain the situation as it is. We didn't all make it through. Raised by the sun and the side. There you go, there you go. But I did the best I could. That's all I could do with the carpet. Yeah, they labeled me a certain way, so I took the label that they gave to me. Yeah, they fucking tried to fucking put me below all the other ones, too, because I was killing the curve in school. And I was doing all of it and making the people with more money, or so they thought, more money than their people were having lower grades, and they were upset for that shit because I was doing it, and I wasn't afraid to point it out and raise my hand and correct their mistakes, even correcting the teachers that were substituting, long term when we lost the real teacher. Yeah, he was a real guitar. He was singing out math real far. Yeah, I took over the class. Yeah, it wasn't no, just joke back in the back alley. It was me, son. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I can ask everybody in the classroom. They are straight edge, legit. At least some of them gotta be. Do get everything I wanted in this lifetime. What I do with my pack of my dick lighters. Oh, that could be problematic. Oh, I don't know where they'd be. Oh, we'll cover it up and now you see, so it doesn't spill out. If I knock things over, you have a towel. I'll be right back. I gotta find a lighter. Walk it up. Walk it all over. No, I'm cleaning up. I can't see it anymore. Anyway, very good. I feel energy. I'm in the whatever picture that nipple dark, or is it brighter and goes a different color? Some is sad, but they got a light inside. You got a really nice. Johnny got it. Little girl came through the front gate, holding a fishing pole. His dad looked down and smiled, said we can't leave 'em behind. You know we need a big glider so we don't feel naked right, because I've always had a big on hand, you know. Come and flick mine, y'all. Hell of a deal, this pack right here had 7, it only cost $7.50, y'all. Yeah, I just said that again, you know. but I do try to go ahead and ball and hoop a little and get back to the team. That was fun. Back to the microphone check at hand. Gotta get the bubble mic, microphone going. Yeah, you know it's big power. Yeah, you gotta have a little flame to get the flower power. Yeah, but it comes straight from the fucking water. See, I just went and got it from the tap, and that is what happened. Yeah, straight to the source, right to the fucking well. You know. Digging deep, digging deep. Yeah, but I didn't have to dig deep because it's been in the streets and I was digging to get back to the fucking other side, other side. You know, they say China, I was trying to dig there when I was just a little miner. Yeah, you know, yeah, I'm mining, yeah, in the backyard trying to get my way to China, y'all. But really, it's Japan if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, on a honeymoon by myself, you see, because it's bang one of these days. Alex is gonna be like, I can't do that one again, huh? I've done used it too many times, so it's gonna be like the Jeffersons moving up to the west side, yeah, but come on to the south side. You know, that's my side of town where I don't hide. I don't hide, cause I ain't got no shame in my game, and I'm not a fucking lame. Yeah, I might have been a nerd in my day. A fucking geek is what they used to say when I was just a little one. 68 pounds, finished up the fifth grade. Yeah, I was already drinking fifths of liquor in a fucking night on weekends. Yeah, yeah, you know, smoking a pack a day by then. Yeah, you know, because I had already been smoking for 2 years by the time I finished finished fifth grade, y'all. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it ain't no fucking joke. I can get the cooperating witnesses. There wasn't nobody breaking no laws. There was an outdoor cigarette machine on every corner. Every corner, yeah, you know, yeah, if you know it's true, yeah, but it wasn't against the law back then. Anyway, when I first started, it was 16 to buy them, and anybody could smoke them. That's no lying. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they still smell like smoke in the teachers' lounge in elementary school. Yeah, I remember going there when older brothers were attending there and seeing the smoke clouds coming out of the teachers' lounge. Yeah, no doubt. I was only like two or three or something shout. Yeah, you know, I've been doing it so loud. My voice has always been a little deeper than the other kids, but I was smaller. I was that little Asian kid. Big glasses, you know, almost like this, but these are not mine. These are for nearsighted or farsighted. I got an astigmatism, and it's it's a stigmatization. Yeah, you know, like my front of my eye don't line up with the back. You know, that's the retina don't line up with the cornea. Yeah, so I gotta bend the light, homie, bend the light to see straight. Yeah, it takes my eyes a long time to adjust from light to dark. Yeah, so lights and shadows are a big deal. That's why I always got the lights all the way on or all the way off because I can't adjust to the shadows in between, but I can see anything. I can see through photo filters, and I can do that legit. I've tested it time and time again. Y'all ain't getting them by me just because y'all ain't coming by. Don't think I don't notice that you stacking three bodies, right? Four, five, six, and seven, all kind of fucking shit, mixing voices, yeah, trying to get me like this. Yeah, cool off. I rarely drink plain water. ask ask Marcelli, yeah, you know him, yeah, he is a blue cherry, yeah, 'cause the fucking yeah, blue it tastes like cherry, so the blue tastes like red, you see, but yeah, he told me one time that he's a fucking ghost in the street. Yeah, come up out the grave, the fucking tomb. I can't say it because I don't know, because I don't know anybody's official affiliation. Yeah, I don't know anybody officially. I do know on that uh, his YouTube. Yeah, you can catch me on the book of Joshua. I'm reading out that Romans 12, y'all, the gist of it, just like I've been doing since then. I never thought about my favorite verse, so they were doing that interview through the video visit, y'all. Oh, yes, yeah, we did that, y'all. That was all different inmates on the same video account that proved that they weren't doing their damn job to protect us. No, sir, because people can get on your video visit and start threatening your family and do all kind of fuck shit just to get, because people will believe all kinds of crazy shit if they ain't never been there and they don't know who's legit. I know that fucking Pop is fucking, yeah, testing me a little bit, but I know he knows that I know fucking what kind of whip. It's not a Porsche, but it's got a black cat on the lid. Yeah, the front one, leaping out. Yeah, it's like a Puma, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm not dumb, but I don't know which one. Alphabet soup from where I'm coming from. It's just me. I'm Kyle B. Johnny Cash is what they call me, but it's with AK. You get it right, homie. Because I got them little Asian hands when I was 14. That's the only one that I could get my finger all the way on and have control. And I would let that thing really blow. It'd be like so quick. Yeah, because it was oiled up and shit. Had fucking the old ones from the UK. Yeah, Ukraine. Yeah, that's why they call me the crane some days. I don't know, because I be standing on one leg and sometimes I'm a stork deliverer in the kids home safe. Yeah, gotta get the baby home. Yeah, but you gotta get yourself home too. Real recognize real, but real also recognize when they fuck up and they own that shit and make it right. I know that the gasoline came and fucking laughed in his face. Ha 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 ha. You think that's because it's a laugh in a point. That's not a fucking. It's not a spray fucking, yeah, triggers and shit. Go ahead and ask my brother, Little Blue Jay, but he's bigger than me. Yeah, that'd be like FTP. FT be the badge on his breast, you see. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't got none except for my band. I've always had it. Used to go all the way around, except for 1 inch. Imagine how skinny I was back then. Yeah, it ain't that big, but I'm fucking wiry, yeah, because I've been doing shit out in the fire, see. I don't really care. Yeah, I know my voice ain't always great. Yeah, sometimes it fucking resonates. And my lyrics, when they hit real hard. And I'm telling y'all can go and check my fucking card. Um, I ain't fucking I ain't joking. I ain't fucking whatever they say. I ain't capping. I ain't laughing. I just that's real fucking life. They've been messing with my kids, my mama, my house, and my my way of making money, all my tools and ways to get around. You see, because I've always had a whip since I was 14 years old, and I had accounts set up to get me back up. If I ever fucking went away, even if I was gone for decades, my books would have been covered, and I would have had a place to stay. And fucking yeah, right here they say it would be here in my fucking name, yeah, family name, yeah, because that's the way it's set up since way back in the day. Jayz, you know, because I was riding Yamaha when I was really young, but that was just a 60cc, a four wheeler with no shop kit. I'm on this mix, you know, it's Lil Wayne featuring Rihanna. Yeah, it's going on. Yeah, 35, 36. Here we go, here we go. Watch my six. Yeah, let's watch my back. You know, it's my tail gunner. Yeah, that's Melissa McGee. But these days it's been a total knockout. You know, knocking them out. You see, breaking hands and all them things. Yeah, I know what it means. Yeah, because you had to find where the breaking the green machine was. You know, because there was something going on with all the fucking bugs. You know what I'm talking about. You know, like clovers be like tasting like lemon when you eat them. Yeah, you gotta know that because you actually ate them for yourself. But you know, you gotta make sure you wash them first because people be pissing on the fucking ground right around the house. You know, that's a dumb shit to do. That attracts fucking rodents straight to your home. You know, pissing outside your house, at least with human piss. Feline piss got the opposite effect. That's why they did it, because they want the mice to come around so they can eat, huh? You know, I got a lot of working cats. I'm missing my Manx. Yeah, that's Luna. Yeah, Luna cat. Yeah, you know, she's a black cat. Got the bunny tail, like a cottontail. Yeah, she runs around on her back feet. Freaking talks when she meows. Says brings you a mouse or a rat or whatever. Yeah, she wants a freaking can of tuna. Says it loud. Says it loud. Give me my tuna now. Yeah, but Jesus says tuna Kyle. Tuna Kyle. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like when she meows that out. I don't care if y'all believe it. I know it to be true. I don't really care because you can see it if you could find her. I got her chip. Now I finally got the chip registered. Yeah, to the right name. I had to find her old collar because she don't wear that thing because she's wild. Yeah, she stays outside most of the time. Yeah, she made it the whole time I was gone. I was gone for 14 months. All I needed was people to put out water for her, huh? Cause she gonna eat. Yeah, she a fucking working machine. Yeah, she about that life. So for real, been out in the jungles of Lagos, yeah, killing them things and them rodents and snakes. You know them things. You know scorpions. You know, a cat can take a sting to the face from a scorpion over and over and not even face them. I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, like I've also seen a scorpion nailed to a board and sting itself till it freaking died or passed out, stung itself out. Straight up, and learn a lesson though, not to do that again because it looked miserable. It didn't look like something that we should be doing, so I never did it again, huh? But I did free some things and try to bring them back to life with some electricity. Yeah, it worked with a few different things, but I don't know if they were really gone. But there was like amphibious things like frogs and yeah, some of the reptiles like little lizards and whatnot. Put them in the freezer and then bring them out like a couple of days later, bring them back again. But I was just a little kid. Yeah, we were messing with things we probably shouldn't have. You know, electric fences and all that. It wasn't trying to hurt anything. It was try to see if we could bring them back. But I don't know if they was gone. But it brought them back to life, and they be going. Yeah, I had a refrigerator when I first got locked up back in 2019. I had a refrigerator in the garage, and in the freaking freezer there was a rattlesnake inside of a pillowcase. I didn't know if I got it killed, but I had it stunned, so I fucking went ahead and froze it. And I was trying to get my homie Jeremy, you know, you, cause he's always wanted to be like Steve Irwin, you know, the wild man or whatever they call him. Yeah, from the land down under, but he's savvy. He's savvy with all them poisonous things and all of that kind of shit. Yeah, but then there's Jeremy. He's like Jeremy, like yeah, it's like Germy. Yeah, you know. Yeah, he's a freaking. He's not a fucking plague. Nah, he's like the kind of virus that you want to get because he fucking keeps it right, even though he's living on a hard line to live in this fucking place we call Texas because he got he got a white wife and he's the other side, you know, not other side to me, but you know, at first glance, you know, that's what it is. Like book don't match the cover though. That's what I'm saying. It ain't about color. about lazy, ignorant people, and they're the ones that are running things now. I I've never heard a disrespectful word between us. We crossed paths numerous times in numerous places. Like thoughts of you, so I don't lose my head. So I do flick my dick and I do smoke my Marlboros. Yes, they are still light and gold, but they've gotten to 100s, and they switched to the special blend because I did not want to pay that much. You know I wouldn't. I said one before I wouldn't pay over 5, but then I went ahead and did it. Cause a 5 ain't worth a 5 anymore. You know it ain't. And it ain't just cigarettes that are going that way. It's everything we want and we need. And they are getting everything for free, and they're fucking doing it right in front of our faces, and we're just letting it happen, like hooking up to electricity and not paying for it. Yeah, pulling surface water. Even the POA's got money. Lago Vista POA's got money. They shouldn't be pulling the surface water from the lake to water the field at fucking Barkay. Yeah, I'm a member. Yeah, I'm paid and everything today. And if I'm not, then somebody mess with my auto draft account. And if they did that, then they're gonna have to pay, with splitting their fucking, would you see? But they have to have a to pay for that to work out. So I don't know what's up, but you know what it means to me to mess with me with mine. It's the same as messing with my kids and my mom and everybody. That's what I'm saying, yo. If you want real change to happen, gotta stand up together. We got the power at the bottom level. They might own the fucking companies, they might own them, but do they know how to switch the switches back on if we switch them off and change the wires up? Hell no, hell no. They'll shock themselves to death, or they'll fucking flood themselves, or they'll get covered with that shit water from the sewer plants. All of that shit. We got control, man. We got the trash trucks. Yeah, we fucking don't pick it up or we dump it right back. Yeah, don't pick theirs up and dump ours on the front lawn. They don't know what to burn and what to compost and what if you burn, blows up. They don't know what will kill you if it mixes two together. They don't know none of these fucking things because they don't know what it's like to survive in this life. It's never been a game, you see. This is Blue October. I'm singing this song too right now at that rhythm. So the smile come back to life. Cause I'm just Kyle, And I'll never be like I used to be, no. But I can get close. I can't get the time back, no, that's priceless. I can't get any of it back, and I can't take back any damage that happened to my home family, because all my kids, and there's a whole rat pack, lake rats, where they be at, by the north shore of the Lake Travis. That's Texas, y'all, Central Texas. Ring of Fire, Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, we kind of queued up in the middle now, huh? A long, far off there because it's great out here. Used to be really great. That is my life. It's not what it was before. But all these things I shared, they are my tales. But they're all really true, you see. Yeah, I changed small details, or I might have taken some stories that weren't quite all mine, yeah. But because it wasn't permitted to share. But it's past the statute of limitations on anything except for murder, rape, and child crimes. Yeah, you know there's no limit to that, and we are Texans, we'll come get you, yeah. Doesn't matter if you go Portuguese, for your language will come get you there. That's just for real, Zill. Yeah, you can't run from this fucking state. Maybe that was the plan. All to come here, you see, and get 'em all at once, 'cause they did not read. They didn't read how Texas rolls. Yeah, we'll come and get you anywhere. You can't come here, no, and commit felonies and just get a departure upstate, you see. 'Cause that's what they were doing. They were traveling around and bouncing every time they got found because they had money. They just catch that bail and run. So if we get them, we get all the money, the bails back that they put up. But it's not about the money. All it's about is people that are in power, police, city governments, county governments, the ones that are crooked, like, and standing by letting it happen. Just as bad. I know some people are getting strong armed and whatnot, but like everything, every case is like lying on the stand, freaking collecting victim services. They straight up called SWAT and said that they didn't see a gun. There was no other people here, and SWAT told them to leave. They weren't coming, and they were still here. Over an hour later, I come out, like thinking they're gone, and they're hiding around the corner, gun drawn on me. I was scared for my life. They'd already been threatening me earlier with extendable baton, like. And they got on the stand and lied and said he didn't freaking have it. Unequivocally, I 100% did not have my baton on me. It was his words. Like, unequivocally, I did not have my baton on me. Like, yeah, he didn't have it on him because he had it whipped out. Freaking. But the next video was them talking about before they came for this so-called well check where they parked blocks away. How I was gonna be upset because how I was gonna be pissed off because. He had pulled the baton on me earlier, and then the next officer got on the stand and confirmed that the dude pulled the baton on me earlier that day. He's trying to do the right thing, but like he should have done it in that moment. Like it came to my back door, they can't even come to that door for any kind of initial thing. And I had no trespassing signs up. Texas Cattle Ranchers Association purple signs up. I had a whole stack of them. I had them up everywhere, but I had one right there on that thing, on my pump house, like the old dog house, but it covers up my sump pump. That right there throws them all out. And then like evidence they used to get other charges on me that it wasn't even used for that kind of shit. Like it was unlawful search procedure. Every single time they came to this door. And they switched they forced the victim, to the alleged victim, to make a statement, and then because they held her for 18 hours with no food or drink after she had probably been awake and not eating, and it was, I seen the video, someone leaked it to me. 18 hours I watched it. Her in that freaking room, like wanting water and cooperate after she got out, and then so they switched the cooperating witness, which had a statement that they retracted when they were threatened.
They switched him to the victim. They switched him for the witness, and it was trash. All of it was trash. And just a dude just stood by and watched him pull in a U-Haul, like kick my homegirl out that was taking care of the place. But I'm thinking that hopefully when she told the matriarch that I said that no one can make her leave, not even her. Like that was the fucking key to the fucking everything. Like, and then she just wanted to see how far and how deep it would go with these people that are connected to fucking Josh, because I'm 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 mama's boy. Like straight up, because I show up and I do, even though I'm not doing what is considered good on by legal standards. I was never hurting anybody, and I was doing the right thing with the money I made with it, and sharing it, and like still making good grades, and graduating early, and I was on the dean's list at ACC. Still, I guess I kept like my grant money got fucked off by somebody that had money. Get lonely. I got these pills of keeping company. I got these things, you know. I got no company. I got no family with me. I'm telling y'all, it ain't out of my mind. I might just go back to my wild side. Yeah, you know I was a crazy ass fucker when I was coming up, not no damn sucker. I'm telling y'all I did. I pulled the crazy shit so people knew I would. I didn't. I never played no insanity card, no. You even though I've had one since 13. When I squeeze that acid, you know the ice drops, yeah. Top of the label 100. And then you had to add a little bit of alcohol to thin it out, otherwise it was too thick for the nozzle. Yeah, yeah, you know, puss. And then you chew on the vial after it was gone and get some more. Yeah, that was always fun. Yeah, like Eeyore's birthday. Yeah, when it ran out before I got mine. Oh, so I got the empty one for free that day. Yeah, they just threw it down and I picked it up, yeah. I chewed on it, oh yeah. Don't know how many, but I saw the sky turn purple on the way home that day. Yeah. Yeah, that's the year that we went with Danowski. You know, from the baby kangaroo days. You know, up in the big state with the first president, yeah. You know, yeah, comical. Yeah. You know, civics and all of that shit. You know, sticks and all of them kind of gas. You know, blicks and all the, yeah, you know, all the tools and steel. You know, I got the OG shit. You see, you know, I did not realize it was the first generation with since patents. You know, that's real folded, real folded Japanese steel. It was hard to sharpen up here and put them barbs into it to make the native side of my Texas come through. Sticks hard in the wood though, so I can't imagine if it gets to the bone. One drink away from the devil. I'm only one call away from home. There's somewhere in the middle. I'm just a little Dorito. I know. little hopper. Yeah, paintball guns was a hopper full of anything, hopper full of nothing. When shot, somebody saw the deadly weapon because the manufacturer says it's deadly. It says extremely dangerous, can cause injury and bodily injury and possibly death if they're not if they're pointed at anybody inspired with anybody that's not wearing full PPE, which is like face masks, side shields, throat covered, minimum. It's recommended to have long sleeves and pads. Yeah, we never did that. Pads and all that. Yeah, long sleeves when it was frozen. Yeah, but when it's frozen, they hurt even more. Yeah, because they don't pop, no. And but if you don't get paint on you, you still get to keep going. Yeah, talk about a crazy day on the 500 acres. You know the one. Oh, yeah, 30,000 square foot of smoke popping, yo. That's a military grade smoke bomb. If we're getting smoke bombs, yeah. Getting other things like, where'd you get that Uzi underneath the front seat of that? Yeah, you know the British planes, you know they be like, yeah, you know, if they don't clean that RV, if they don't clean up their shit, they're not getting nothing, and there's not no cussing involved. Yeah, 'cause I was helping clean that side storage room to the hangar, yeah. I remember seeing those big rolls of black cats and the flash paper, yeah. I remember all of that, Miss Les, yeah. I just want to know. Yeah, how bad did they cry when you cut them off of all of it? Because she wasn't playing. She didn't just mean, she meant everything. They're gonna go and have to see because I was cut off from the beginning and I was working since I was 12. Yeah, but she knew the truth because of hell, she went to school with my mom, you know, back in the gap. They were in. Yeah, you know the sorority, kind of like the fraternity. Yeah, just like wanted. You know they got them red suits. You know we have to do this if we want to break out. Break out of this broken system that we know is broken really badly. I don't care if it's repetitive and I don't care if it's just treasonous. Because it's just, I don't know what resin is. Because my songs are written, they're freestyle, they're coming out. They're not about the past, the present, future, I don't know. They're just what my gut says is the right thing to do, and it's the only thing I can do, because I can't walk down the street without getting harassed by the police or having people try to run over me or swerve at me or threaten me like that. Like what happened to my slow children at play sign at the top of the street, and what happened to my neighborhood watch sign that was on the same pole as the stop sign. Just because you took the sign don't mean that I ain't not gonna fucking be watching my hood, you know, because I'm a hood rat. You know this is my home. Well, it was when it had the people here, but it can't be a home when you're alone. See, it's just a house, yeah, and I'm real bad. I'm a real bad boy when I got no freaking good people, no family, no reason, and I am playing all the spades because they dealt me every one in the deck, you know. So like I said before, you know, bid the Boston if you got all the spades and you got the jokers and you got the deuce high, then you gotta go West Texas, yeah. You know it's college rules now. Prison rules in effect is what I said. If I wasn't joking, y'all. It ain't a hashtag. This is fucking real pounds to the ground, you know, fucking Souls on the floor. Yeah, you know. Yeah, suit up, and boot up. I don't care which order you do it in. If you can get your suit over your boots, then put the boots on first. I don't care. But shell, shell out and show up. Just put your shell toes on. Shell toes. That's the originals, but they took all my main ones, so I came up with this new one. It's the wild card one, you know. Had to repack it. What? Props, y'all. Give credit where credit is due. Give someone their proposal if they propose something, and if something that works and you put it into effect. Yeah, give them the credit where credit is due. Yeah, I think that's what pissed them off because yeah, someone said something and they took yeah. Ooh, yeah, I seen the fire in his eyes, and I seen the church die. Yeah, no, yeah, back to the cold. Yeah, but I can, yeah, just like I said, I'll give you, give you right down the middle, like always, yeah. No lies, no hiding. Yeah, we just sit down and deciding. Yeah, together, yeah, experimenting everything. Pioneers, yeah, back when the speakers were blown. Yeah, because we did it all real quietly. Nobody asked where those bad things went or how it went. Yeah, because they were just glad that it happened, that it came through like it was supposed to, because they were praying and hoping and praying and hoping and praying, and they were wanting those bad entities to get out of here and have the storks come, bring babies coming through, yeah, safely home. Yeah, 'cause you couldn't turn us against each other if you wanted to. Couldn't pay us. We don't give a fuck about no money. None of that makes a damn. The real treasure is the fam. Precious years that we get to spend with Mama. See, yeah, because yeah, we made it back, and by the grace of God, still here. Getting younger. That's clear. Eating shrooms trip for days. Not for shrooms, yeah, no. I was doing straight. Yes. And black, black, brown, yeah, the fucking, it was a sticker bird, and I am what I say I am, and I ain't I'm not anybody, but I'm not a nobody. Yeah, I might have done some fucked up shit when I was young, but I got it out of my system because I learned that hurt people, so I fucking did it went different. Yeah, because I did it like that they, uh, because it was the safest route, not because of they or anything, because that was what I chose to do with my free will. Yeah, because I was dealt some really bad cards, or at least thought they were. I wouldn't change a fucking thing. I love my life, except for when they came and took my kids when I had gone. Yeah, to the family life, done a step back, and I was happy. I was still working a little bit, just flipping cars and turning wrenches, but it was enough. I didn't have to worry about anything. And that's when it came. Nobody told anybody. He was a chain of command in the street too. But shit shit goes downhill, but the word it has to go uphill. Right? So, so the decisions can be made, so it doesn't happen again, and so uh, people can get money on the books if they've earned that, like, et cetera, et cetera. They just assumed because I was solo and I signed on that I didn't have no backers. Yeah, just because I didn't sign on didn't mean people didn't put the freaking sign on me. Yeah, from a distance. Yeah, might be invisible, no tattoos, nothing official on paper, nothing. But they fucking let it be known, not to mess with that cat. You'll never mistake him. Yeah, he'll be coming through looking like something that shouldn't be here, but you'll hear it in his voice, you'll see it in his swagger, you'll see it in his eyes. You don't get that far off stare from not fucking being there. You get that from fighting in a war, Yeah, I do love my white trash side because it's where I come from on the north side of this fairy town. Yeah, that's where I come from in lots of ways, fan. Yeah, because that's where the pool was when we were growing up. That's where the fucking party was on the birthday, huh? Yeah, I'm looking for that old crew. Yeah, brats and all of that. Yeah, the freaking. Yeah. They was always said hood rats, but we know the truth. Yeah, all lake rats lucky to survive all the things that we did. Yeah, gainers off pale face. Oh yeah, not me. That was my brother. Yeah, yeah, saved my life that one damn night. Yeah, yeah, the at the cabin in the woods. Yeah, before it was anything but a scary ass cabin, don't you really see? Yeah, I had a bad habit of drinking too much, passing out on the floor. Well, it caught me without my brother. His brother was out of town, and then the one that was blood related, I was on the phone setting it up with the dudes that used to bully me around. They were gonna do something to me, some kind of whack stuff. Yeah, they got me for a half ounce of my green right out of my pocket. It's the only time I ever got jacked like that, besides when they came in my house that one time. I was at school, they rode the metro bus right up to it, but they got the wrong brother. Yeah, 'cause he ain't shit to me. Yeah, they didn't know that was mine. Yeah, yeah, it's all right. I, I still always looked out right. Yeah, that one thing. Yeah, that was the one. So that there was never nobody owed anybody anything. Just fucking doing things just like they had to be to save lives. Yeah, because I always looked out for the people that didn't believe or didn't know how dangerous it was. When I put them in contact with someone, if they don't pay that kind of bill, they're gonna come and they're gonna come and gonna get you for real, because that's the way it was. It didn't matter if it was a penny or $1,000,000.